go.
So yeah, we're talking about how there's just so many beautiful wines that we're tasting in the boutique regions around Australia, and the UK just doesn't seem to get access to that, and it seems that it's a pricing issue, right?
I believe it's a pricing issue that the UK market has a set standard. This has to be the price. And obviously there's all those duties and taxes that get increased on a yearly basis in the UK. But I think regions like Barossa Valley, McLaren Vale, Margaret River, when these sort of companies are looking to attack the UK market, the profit is not there. So the wines that is being represented from these areas to the UK are slightly below the best quality that you can get. So the one thing I believe is that we need people to trade up. So if they're going from the £10 bottle, we need them to drink £15 bottle of wine. If they're drinking £15, we need them to go to £20 or 20.
This is a whole education strategy as well, though, and it's like we've trained in the UK, we've trained consumers to buy on price, and so it's almost like if they could actually taste the difference. Like for example, today, you know, when you taste these unique Italian varietals that are like, in my opinion, if not equal to or better than some of the Italian stuff that's really good out there that I've tasted, there has to be a way, to get buyers to go, do you know what, there isn't a Italy versus Australia versus whatever. It's actually, it doesn't matter what grape varietal it is, if it's, you know, if it's really good and it tastes fantastic, then pay for it, you know?
Exactly right, and that's what it needs to come down to. If it's a Sangratino from Australia or Italy or from the USA, a Malbec from Argentina or a Malbec from Australia. If the wine is good, people should drink it, and the regionality is great. But
but then you're going to have, you know, buyers in the UK will say, well, the consumer doesn't want to pay 15 or 20 quid, they want to pay $9.99, so how do we trade them up? And I think there needs to be, you know, I look at the independent sector, right, and they sell wine and some of them sell beer, and I don't understand why they don't create experiences in store, like have other things a Saturday morning with some excitement, other products in there, or even sell other products in there anyway. But there's not enough done within independents to actually get consumers excited about, you know, over $9.99 price wines, and give them a reason to say, actually, you know what, this tastes really fantastic. It's $14.99. I'd rather have one of these than 2 bottles of something at $7.99, for example.
Exactly right.
But, you know, it sounds easy, but I just think there just has to be some new tactics and some new ways of getting consumers to actually value wine. It's like, you know, I'm pretty happy to pay £70 for a bottle of perfume, or £50, whatever, we all are, and I know it lasts longer. But there's that expectancy, or the expectation, sorry, excuse my English, by, you know, Chanel or Lancome or all these guys that, you know, our perfume's £50, our perfume's £100, or Creed, which is $319 a bottle. Beautiful bottle, better quality, you know, fragrances in the bottle, and, you know, people are prepared to pay for it. Mm-hmm. And that's what we have to do with wine.
One of the biggest things that I find that people look at with wine is that they believe wine now is a commodity. And I think that's one of the negative things about wine, is that, you know, you want the experience to be great, don't get me wrong, but, you know, as a consumer drinking it, I can tell you right now that when I go out and buy a bottle of wine, 99 times out of 100, if I go to the bottle shop, I'll never buy the same wine. I'm a person that goes out and tries different wine every time because of my
but you're in the wine business, yeah.
But I don't want to drink the same thing. I want to try different things, and I think that's one thing that maybe people don't.
They don't do that in England, especially in grocery.
Yeah, are not willing to do, is to go out and try something different.
Well, they're parting with their money, so it's like, I've got £5, £10. I don't want to buy something that might not be good enough. I want to know and buy what I know, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's, who are you targeting? And if it's 5% of the population, it's okay, well, let's target them in a better way, because we know that the other percentage of the population wants, you know, Gallo, Jacobs Creek, whatever, at $6.99, and there's no way you can change them. Or if you can change them, it's going to take a long time. So it's go where you know you can, you know, target those people who are willing to trade up, experiment, etc., etc.
Yeah, and like you said before, it comes down to a lot of education, and it comes down to promotion and getting out there and telling people their story about why their wine is better than anyone else's. The more they go out and do it, then obviously the more successful they'll be to do it. And like you said, you meet different people, and when you see these characters in the wine industry that say, this is what I do, this is my life story, you sit back and you go, wow, that is amazing.
I think also it's about buyers, the gatekeepers, understanding, and even if they're working for a Tesco or whatever, these guys are running a business. It's not just what's inside the bottle. So why screw, excuse my language, a winery into the ground by demanding super low prices when these guys have got growers to pay, machinery to buy, staff to pay, vineyards to invest in, and why it's just a crime to have an industry where there's not enough value in the product because it's a craft. The winemaker is expressing his creativity, and then it's the need to have a business mind on it that actually helps the business run profitably. But a lot of people are not looking at it like that from a winemaker's perspective, as well as the people buying it. It's not baked beans. It's actually an industry that is selling wine, a lot of it too cheap, and they're not being able to pay the bills. So it's just a vicious circle.
And it is a vicious circle, and like you said, what's the latest? To drink a good McLaren Vale or Barossa Valley Shiraz at the moment, you're talking about 2012 vintage material. We're talking material that has to sit around for 3 years before an actual income stream comes in when they're actually selling it to the consumer. So there's those added costs of making it and maturing it, but then they've obviously then have to store it, package it. It could have to sit in package for 9 to 12 months to actually get some more maturation in bottle, and it's just added cost.
Yeah, and then the growers don't get paid. And then they don't want to sell to that winery another year running because they aren't going to get paid. But actually, it's just the whole system that it's the self-fulfilling, crippling, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Anyway, on to more positive things for the rest of the afternoon. Let's go try and fix the wine industry, Mr. Matt Daemon.
We'll try.